Well, hello there. Good evening, everybody. Hello there, Dragon Ace, Winterburn, Nick, Einherjar Madcat, Cat Sith, Fool Arcana, Barry, Insane Buffoon, and Fakafon. How's it going? Oh, congratulations on the vaccination, Winterburn. Feels good, man. Except at first. But then later it feels good, man. Alrighty. I think we can go ahead and start episode 3. A Place to Return To. So I'll go ahead and get in on this. We are back with Suikogaiden Volume 1, and it looks like we're about to start episode 3. Let's go ahead and continue. Episode 3, A Place to Return To. Oh yeah, that's right, I have to press a button for that screen. Whoops. Anyway. We got out of Luca Blight's tent. Oh man, that was the worst, but we're only halfway through the game, so who knows what we're going to get into here. Hello there, Anthasias, welcome to the stream. It's only been 2 weeks since I entered the city-state's territory, and now I've gotten myself into the biggest mess yet of this whole infiltration mission. Seed. Oh yeah! Seed and Kogan. Yeah, this guy's a badass. I mean, Luca Blight's even scarier, but he wasn't about to fight us. So this could be a problem. Oh, it's him! It's that Harmonian rat Lord Luca was talking about. Oh, they found us out. Guess I'll die. After Muse fell to the Highland Army, I learned of Luca Blight's absence and snuck back into Muse, which had become the army's main base. But it was there that my luck ran out. There's Kulgan. He's just toying with us. It's worrisome that he appears to be able to come and go as he pleases. Yeah, even though Luca Blight wasn't there, my own arrogance had gotten me into this mess. Yeah, Seed and Kulgan, like that required a party of 6. This is gonna be a problem. I thought that I had managed to escape the garrison and arrived at Muse's western border ahead of the pursuit squad that was still blundering along beside me. Hey, here's a fun fact. A garrison is a group of soldiers. I forgot what the number is, but it's some group of soldiers. A garrison is also a place where they can stay, kind of like a barracks, and to do that, like to stay there, is to garrison them. So you can garrison at a garrison. If I could just make it through the forest ahead of me, I'd be in Greenhill, another member of the city-states. Yeah, the college town with no defenses while these two badasses chase me. That'll be great. For starters, Mr. Fire, this will be wonderful. The commander called Seed swung his long, narrow sword at me. I managed to dodge it, but just barely. Yeah, getting a lot of that. It seems that attack was just for testing me, and I passed! Hooray! Oh, you avoided it. Are you enjoying yourself? Not really. This is a VN, I can't fight you. Seed. One rat isn't worth toying with. Finish him off. Let me play with him just a little. Shit. Is he just playing with me? Whatever could have given that one away? Discreetly, I slip a cylinder wrapped in paper out of my sleeve and into my hand. You're not the only one who can use fire, buddy. Well, you see how it is. So just give up already and enjoy your trip to the afterlife. The next dimension. Try not to hold a grudge. As if... Even if this game was made in 2000... Did Japan also talk like that? Ugh. I have no plans to go to the afterlife anytime soon. I have a lingering attachment to this life, and I have grown rather fond of it. Well, that's just too bad for you. He came at me once more, prepared to strike. This time he was serious. As he was a master swordsman, it was extremely difficult to try and read his moves. I could barely deal with the butler! Which, to be fair, he was a vampire. I closed my eyes and concentrated on the bloodthirst emanating from my opponent. It was sink or swim now. I didn't dodge his attack, but instead took the chance to crush the tube I held in my hands. I did it! And then I was stabbed. Go, Bahamut! What? Son of a... What the hell was that? Where did that bastard go? Bastard. Now that is era-appropriate language. It seems our foe is no rat. He's a charlatan. As it appears he's managed to escape us yet again, we'll have to arrange a search party. If this turns into a mountain hunt, locating our prey will be no easy feat. That won't be necessary. Just look at the blood on my sword. That injury should slow him down considerably. I'm just leaving very obvious bloody trails behind me, like, ah, damn it, this didn't work at all. Somehow they'd anticipated what my next move would be, and had ambushed me while I'd been traveling along the mountain path that led from Mews to Greenhill. Rumor has it that the Highland Army will be going after South Window next, oh yeah, and that they've formed a secret agreement with the Knights of Matilda, oh yeah. My only choice is to try and get to Greenhill, but be that as it may, my wounded right leg is throbbing relentlessly. One of the techniques I'd learned with the Howling Voice Guild was how to escape. While my opponents had been blinded by the flash I set off, I used my wire to escape that beast general's attack, but his sword had still managed to find me. A whole day has already passed, but I can't afford to be careless. No kidding. Okay. Chat, this is a choice that I'm not going to be able to exercise, and you will very soon see why. The forest opened up, and before me lay a bridge destroyed by a storm. I knew it. Lady Luck had left me high and dry. There's another path that leads down and along the valley, but it's quite the detour. Between the wire and my aching leg, I'm not sure if I can make it to the other side. But either way, it's a gamble, and the Highland Search Party will be catching up with me soon. You ready, chat? You ready to see this? Well, what should I do? I'll give you a hint. Not this one that requires all 10 of my luck, which means I would have to be a jerk to everyone around me and cost myself CG but gain luck points. I'm not doing this one, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm not doing this one. I can't make the jump. There's zero chance. I don't even have half a chance to do this. I think I'm going to take the detour. This is the big choice in the game. No, I better not. When you're out of luck, it's better to be careful. Get it? While I'm worried about my pursuers, if they're using horses along the mountain path, it won't be easy for them to catch up with me. In order to take the quickest route to the valley path, I once again went into the forest. Oh well. Oh shucks. One option down, and I'm actually not 100% of how many to go, because this thing is arranged strangely. But don't worry, it's fine. I'd only been in the forest for a short while when I sensed something. I tried to act as naturally... well, depending on the usage is fine, as possible while I checked my equipment. Yeah, natural, we're fine. The presence remained. It didn't move like an animal would. Ooh, blurry, we're going fast. I started to run, and the presence that was following me in the forest followed suit. What's going on? This is strange behavior for the Highland Army. Despite following my move so closely, it felt as though my pursuer was hesitant to attack. Who's there? Show yourself! Are you friend or foe? Aren't we a bit too old to be playing tag? Tell me it's Templeton for no reason. He could just track me. Just as I called out, the presence melded with that of the forest. And disappeared. I knew it hadn't really gone, though. This had become a contest of endurance. Once more I began to run. It's the same screen. 5 minutes. That's a long time when you're running. The presence was still there. 10 minutes. The distance between us remained unchanged. 15 minutes. My right leg is killing me. Shit. Looks like I'm gonna have to be the one to give up. I don't know who you are, but I don't find this funny. If you know I'm wounded and just playing with me, then just go ahead and end it. Well then, don't mind if I do. It's Seed. He's just being an asshole. Young Master Latke? Whoa, what? Elsa? At that instant, the presence disappeared, and before my eyes a woman appeared instead. Wow! We were chasing her for 20 hours in Suikoden 2, and she just follows me and shows herself. I get the feeling, I'm getting the short end of the stick in Suikoden 2. The Howling Voice Guild teaches many different skills, not all of them related to killing, like the aforementioned escaping that I learned. Even in the darkness of that guild, respect and awe could still be found. Elsa was one of a few Knight class gunners, the highest level of gunner one could obtain. She was also one of the few friends I had gotten to know during my 2 years at the guild. Man, and I already met Clive and everything? Elsa. Well, this is unexpected. The guild is keeping an eye on, well, its eye on both of us, so there's no reason to be so cold, is there? I wonder. There's every possibility that you are my pursuer from the guild. Nope! Are you? Nah, no way. I attacked a member of the guild. They'd never trust me enough to give me such an important mission, you should know that. That would normally be a logical conclusion to draw. However, the guild has taken notice of your abilities. I hear that among the elders, there are those who favor you. I mean, I danced with a vampire and lived, so... well... I will take this matter into my own hands. Wait. With this declaration, Elsa drew her guns, one in each hand. 2 guns fatefully bound together by name, Stern and Mon. Could you maybe... I can't best you in a guild match. I know I'm no match for someone of your skill. Yeah, she's good. That's why Clive was chosen as your tracker. Only a Knight class gunner can win against another Knight class gunner, isn't that right? More or less. Please don't shoot me. Despite my words, Elsa made no move to put her guns away. Oh man, the risk. Pull the trigger and fire a dart, which costs a point. Slip a flash bomb into my hand, which is free. Throwing knife into my hand, which also costs a point. I don't think there's a particular advantage to any of these, honestly. They all take me to the same screen. So I'm just gonna slip a flash bomb. Sorry. I actually want to hold on to my luck for endgame. This music kicks ass, by the way. I forgot where I heard this. It was some boss fight or leading to a boss fight. This isn't a duel between fellow gunners. Although I see no reason why either of us should, there is no stopping Elsa or me, from losing our lives out here. I thought to use the flash bomb as a distraction, but just as I'm about to... game over. The impact left my hand stinging. Did she shoot the flashbang out of my hand? So it looks like whatever I would have done, she would have done that. She'd fired Mon, shooting the tube right out of my hand. Maybe there would have been different CG if I spent a luck point. It seems that the young master of House Latke is still just a little boy pulling pranks. True, I haven't straight up fought anybody. Like, I did a sneak move on one guard, but like, straight up fight, I don't know, zombies... I made the first move, but I really was no match for her. Elsa calmly lifted her guns, one in each hand, and I knew her composure wasn't for show. In that case... use a talisman. Pretend to give up. Again, I'm sorry I'm not really leaving this up to chat, but like... one costs a luck, the other gains me a secret, but I don't think... like, unless there's CG from talisman... I want to hold on to my luck, so I apologize. Pretend to give up. Hey. It's no use pretending to surrender. Wow, okay. You haven't changed a bit, have you? Even when she's not around, you still like to pretend you're some kind of pacifist. Who's she? That... what was her name? Like Julie or Julia or whatever? Hello there, Koyuki. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Ninja vanished. No kidding. We did it at the beginning of the stream. You see right through me, huh? As expected, my usual bag of tricks isn't going to be of any use against a Knight class gunner. The wound on my right leg is still aching. I've been driven into a corner.
A cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal!
As I realized this, the blades on my back had begun trembling, in anticipation of being unsealed some time ago, but I suppressed their evil desire. I forgot that was a thing. Yep. Well, I'll just get on with it then. I remember this track as well. This is also some boss tune. I love it. In an instant, Elsa closed the distance between us, which is strange, because she's a gunner. But I quickly shot my wire at a branch overhead, the resulting recoil sending me flying into the air. Please don't shoot the wire. You're going to have to try harder than that. Oh, no way. Thump to the ground. Do I press something? No. Elsa's shot hit my wire. You've got to be kidding me. Snapping it. I lost my balance, kicked off a branch, and leapt through the air high above Elsa's head. But she shot some other non-fatal part of me that interrupted. Jeez! Well, it looks like it's my victory, doesn't it? It's not over yet. This isn't some spat in the guild's garden. In combat, the last one standing is the victor. I'm already on my knees, so I guess you're the victor. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Then let's finish this. Oh, is this the Luca Blight fight music? This is like the three-party fight music? I see. What do you say we call it a draw? A light, shining powder had begun to fall around Elsa and me, covering the nearby area. It was a mixture containing blasting and ignition powder. Oh, I dumped that stuff while I was flipping around. So that kind of actually is a draw? Legit trick. Huh. The smallest spark would set off an explosion powerful enough to blow up the entire area. Yeah, so she can't fire her gun. That's why you don't get close when you're a damn gunner. In short, Elsa can't fire her gun without killing us both. It seems that some things have changed since then after all. In that case, why don't you stop kidding around and lower that gun already? Kidding around? You shot through my wire, but with your aim, you could have just as easily shot me. Indeed, you doubtless could have hit me at distances even greater than that. Well, if I had been serious, you would have died before you even noticed I was there. That is true, she followed us for 15 damn minutes with a gun. Oh, did she just, like, pistol whip me? Nope. You're a terrible person. I had to make sure you hadn't become a coward. In order to test you, I couldn't go easy on you. And if I'd found that you had, I wouldn't have hesitated to send you to the next dimension. You really are terrible. Game over. Credits. What? This is so weird. Like, Clive has been chasing her the entire game, and kind of Suikoden won, and we're just hanging out like it's nothing. After enjoying the rabbit I'd caught for us, we savored the coffee Elsa had brought with her. She was indeed a Knight class gunner, the highest rank in the Howling Voice Guild. Yeah, you could still say that, even though she killed somebody and ran away. I'd been sent for training with the Howling Voice Guild, also known as the Guild of Assassination and Protection. It's the only entity in the world that knows the secret behind guns. It's an extremely insular guild. Very few, aside from those raised with the guild from a young age, can even become members. Thanks to their mysterious guns, they are very powerful and hold a special position, even within Harmonia. Yeah, I was kind of wondering why Clive is the only gunner in 2 games. This explains it. I mean, there's Elsa, but she's not playable. I, having entered as an intern, was able to learn some of their secrets while remaining neutral to the guild. Whew, I could barely keep my eyes open. How was it? The rabbit stew, I mean. I don't think my cooking skills have declined. Yeah, that's true. You still use too much seasoning. My only thought was to please you, milady. You really haven't changed. Ah, well, you know. A lot of things may have happened since then, like fighting a vampire, but I'm still me. Some things never change. Hehehe. Hey. What is it? Never mind, it's nothing. That incident, was it really your doing? Oh, this is interesting. Both of these will... Well, actually, there's something I need to say. Oof. This one, I must admit, is frustrating, because Nevermind is nothing just ends it. Like, they both just end the episode. If I had done the big jump, I would have had a longer episode. But if I say that incident, was that really your doing? That... Wait a minute. Oh, maybe I'm good. Because normally this costs 3 luck, but it says high popularity negates the luck point check? So I might be able to do this for nothing. I'm going to hazard this and hope it doesn't cost me, but it looks like I can just do this to see if it changes anything. Please, please, please. I think I'm good. Ah, yes! Popularity paid off. This should have been all the rest of my luck points. It should have cost 3. So this is cool. We get a freebie. Because what I was originally going to say was that if it were not for the LP check, then I would have had to go with the other one, because I'm going to need 2 luck points to get the true ending of the game. So, we get a freebie! So was that incident really your doing? The one where you killed a guy and ran away and Clive's been chasing you the whole game? Well, it's okay if you don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's new. You always have to stick your nose into everything. It's not like to you to back off so quickly. Well, I also have things in my past that I'd rather not talk about. And to force you to tell me something you don't want me to hear, that would just make me weaker than I already am. You're not what I'd call weak. You must be joking. I ran away from Crystal Valley and came to this remote frontier to hide away, and every big encounter I've been in, I've run away from. That's solid evidence of how weak I am. I see. Nash, I've thought this for some time, but you're an odd fellow. The secrets I've locked deep inside my heart, I've never spoken of them to anyone. This is a tale I thought I'd carry with me to my grave, leaving behind not a single soul who knows the truth. Are we actually going to get secret lore, then? Hey, welcome to the stream, Gregory. How's it going? Elsa. Oh, here we go. Get ready. This is a longer tale than or a longer possible ending than I thought it would be. It's Shiba Inu. Kelly and Clive. Unlike me, they'd been born in the guild, in the garden, and raised there without any knowledge of the outside world. I could still dimly remember my mother's warmth and my father's broad back. No, it wasn't that I remembered them so much as I couldn't forget them. I was actually envious of the two of them for not having such memories to haunt them. The 3 of us were like a family, like siblings. Damn, I didn't realize that Clive was connected to that degree. And who'd she kill? Was it Kelly? And as we grew up, we became something like lovers. As you know, the guild's training is harsh, and children that are sold to the guild or born there are subjected to unimaginable cruelty on a daily basis. The 3 of us survived long enough to make it to adulthood, age 15, which was a rarity in the guild, but the 3 of us had formed a bond. The guild taught us the arts of assassination, deception, thievery, and never to trust outsiders. Faulty parallelism, but let's just go. Later, we and the others learned that in the final pre-adulthood test, we'd be fighting other children of the tower, killing them. Oh no. To believe in nothing and to be prepared to do anything. Nash, you should remember how Zaj was. He's the true incarnation of the guild. That is the kind of gunner the guild wants. She still doesn't have her scar. But Clive and Kelly, for those boys, it couldn't be helped. They were too naive. It couldn't be helped. Even though we spent them in the garden, those were the happiest days of our lives. We thought we could live like that forever. We were so young and naive. But all that changed when the 3 of us had to take the night class gunner test together. So what, she killed one and Clive hunted her down? No one had made night class gunner in over 10 years, so when the 3 of us passed the test together, the elders naturally panicked. By tradition, a night class gunner will eventually become the guild master. Oh god, with the eldest leader stepping aside and giving their empty seat to the new master. But we had upset the balance of this long-standing tradition. Our mentor, Elder Sorrow, had no ill intentions, but with 3 night class gunners under his tutelage, the other elders began to eye him with distrust. Eventually, they elected Kelly as the new guildmaster. Looking back on it now, the elders probably chose him because they thought he'd be the easiest one to manipulate. We were unaware of this back then, however, and Clive and I happily gave Kelly our blessing and pledged our lives to him. But it wasn't long before the strain it put on him became apparent. Clive and I remained his loyal subjects, but ever so gradually we started seeing Kelly less and less frequently, and as Kelly got caught up in the power struggles of the guild, he started changing little by little, like the melting snow. And as I watched, he turned into the human embodiment of all the deception and betrayal the guild stood for. And just as my doubts had begun to grow, Kelly called me out to a certain location. There in the inner sanctum of the guild lay Sturm, which is Clive's gun, by the way, the only gun in the world said to be imbued with a spirit of its own. Kelly remained silent as he beckoned me to hold Sturm's trigger. It was as though my right arm was a mere extension of the trigger, overflowing with power. The firing hammer fell, and there was a loud boom, like the clap of thunder. Like a clap. At that moment, I saw what looked like a sorrowful expression pass over Kelly's face, as fleeting as a shadow. Not long after that, I received a letter. It was a formal challenge to a duel. The guildmaster has to be acknowledged by Sturm as its wielder. Oh no. But the elders had twisted the facts. Though Kelly had been installed as guildmaster, he hadn't been chosen by Sturm. I had, which caused him serious problems. I accepted Kelly's challenge to a duel. On the night of the duel, I went to Clive's room. When we had become night-class gunners, all three of us had been given our own rooms, and it had been some time since I'd been able to spend time alone with them. Back then, the three of us had always been there for one another. For a brief time, Clive and I took some consolation in each other. I had to let him know, and so I told him, I'm going to kill Kelly. I'd watched as a man I loved, trapped in the narrow confines of the garden, slowly grew rotten until he'd become someone who could no longer be forgiven. It seems I was a woman first after all, but Clive wouldn't stand for it. He forbade me from going to the duel. That boy, he still believed in Kelly. So, I lied. It may sound strange, in a place that was filled with lies and betrayal, but that was the first time I lied to my dearest companion. The morning of the duel, I left Clive sleeping in his room and went out to face Kelly. The preparations had already been completed. The dueling location had been swept clean and purified with a light sprinkling of water, with the witnesses standing by. I looked straight ahead into Kelly's eyes, but he kept his gaze cast downward. The witnesses silently presented our guns. In decorated boxes lay Stern, or Star, representing trust of the guild, and Mons, or Moon, representing the betrayal of the guild. The witnesses placed the guns in front of us, but neither of us moved to take one. If I took that gun in my hand, I would forever lose any connection I had to those dear, dear days of old that I cherished so. It might be that I was hoping Kelly wouldn't pick up a gun either, and somehow cancel the duel. But, strengthening his resolve, he took Mond in his right hand, and I Stern. Duels among gunners are over in an instant. We dueled according to the law of the guild. At the end, 2 shots rang out, echoing the song of Death's Requiem for one of us. One bullet brought death, but the other one had secretly been replaced with a blank. Oh, interesting. The gun I'd chosen, Stern, had fired a real bullet straight through Kelly's chest. That's an interesting one, because she lied about doing that with Clive. Like, oh, I just had a blank, or like, I didn't have bullets. And Clive was like, what? Or Clive thought she did or something, but then she fired a real bullet. But Kelly's had fired a blank. A wave of shock rippled through the crowd of witnesses, and a number of them ran to the inner chambers of the tower to report the incident. The duel had been rigged. That is the true face of the Guild of Assassination and Protection. Kelly had opposed it, but his wish held no authority or status. He just wanted to protect that garden of ours where he had grown up with me and Clive. The elders had devised a plot to substitute the bullets in the duel and had coerced Kelly into doing the dirty work. I rushed to his side, and as he breathed his last, Kelly said just one thing. I loved you and Clive. That is the truth that I, and perhaps Clive too, acquired in the garden of the guild. Clutching Stern and Mons, still warm from Kelly's hand, I ran. I knew the other gunners would come after me and corner me soon enough, but strangely, all the doors along my path were unlocked and the gates were wide open. When I made my way to the outer gate, I found that even it had been unlocked. Kelly had protected me. That morning, he had given the order to not lock any of the gates and leave them open, and so I made my escape from the courtyard of that tower, and that is the whole truth. Wow, so she had a tragic story where the thing was set up from the beginning, and Clive had been hunting her down as an assassin who had killed Kelly. So at the end of Suikoden 2, she came off as an assassin with some kind of regret, but she's been a victim the whole time? That story sucks even worse. That's brutal. We could have missed all this, by the way. So then you'll spend the rest of your life running away? Yeah, but it won't be that much longer. Unless I fail the quest in Suikoden 2. No. Then, even now, when I close my eyes, those old memories resurface, and I could almost see my old hometown. That rustic village that had a single redeeming feature to its name, where my parents sold me for a handful of gold. But even so, I will make my way back there. And besides, Clive is chasing me. So that was her hometown, at the northwestern part of the world map. The last town in the game. In my entire life, I didn't create a single thing, but I did love. And if my life is to be ended by the hand of one I love, then that will be my happiness. Yeah, she was kind of aiming to die the whole game. Elsa, if you were to change your name, change your face, you could live out a full life as another person. You could walk away from all of this. That may be true, but that life would not be my own. If I were to choose such a life, I might live for a long time, but it would be an empty life. Besides, Kelly sacrificed himself to protect our garden. Clive has nowhere to go home to. The only place he can go back to is that garden of our childhood. Damn, and Clive has been just furious for 2 games, too. Like, that really sucks. And even when he did kill her, he was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Oh no! There are definite signs of a battle, and there's residue of some powdery substance. It's the work of that charlatan. Hey, get ready to set it loose. The scent of blood is so thick around here it'll have no trouble picking up his trail. Yes, sir. Let's give them a taste of the power of the Beast Rune. Ugh. I don't think I'll ever get used to this. This isn't how battles are fought. Indeed. There's no honor in this kind of fight. Preparations are complete. I'll have to see this power with my own eyes. Hey! Set it loose. Yes, sir. Man, that's scary. Well, we better follow suit and begin our own preparations. From all the noise, I gather you must have caught up with him. Tell me it's not Luca. Oh, are you coming too? No, I think I'll pass this time. I'll be counting on you all. Should I recognize them? Thanks. But I'll never understand how Harmonia works. I thought we'd be getting reinforcements from that priest general. But next thing I know, we got a spy in our midst, and then that very same spy runs off with our military secrets. Harmonia is an extraordinarily large country. Although it enjoys both peace and prosperity, there are some who find such tranquility boring. We refer to them as the Democratic Faction. Are you saying Lord Hikusak's authority is waning? No, not at all. In the long history of Harmonia, this is quite a common occurrence. It's just the season for a bit of spring cleaning, that's all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be on my way. Hey, Colgan. I don't understand Harmonians one bit. Well, I'm not sure he's what you could call an average Harmonian. Huh, I suppose so. Hey, we're leaving. Don't make us late. Oh man, the tension is building. I think that might be the episode. There's a chance. We'll find out. No? Okay. I snapped awake. It's a force of habit by now. I don't know how many years it's been since I was able to enjoy a good long deep sleep. Elsa. She's still here? Yeah. Sounds like things have taken a turn for the worse. For the very worse. From the darkness of the forest came the roar of some beast, but it was no normal beast. Its roar sounded like that of a demon from the deepest depths of hell. What the... Nash! Don't worry, she lives. Yeah, it is that thing. That's a full-on boss. And depending how you run away from views, you could fight like 3 of them, and it's the worst. The beast leapt out of the darkness, its sharp, gleaming claws aimed at me. I felt a rush of air across my skin, as I just barely avoided its attack, and I knew this was a being of fearsome power. I don't savor the thought of taking it head-on. The beast quickly recovered after the failed attack and disappeared back into the forest. This thing isn't bad. It is both brawn and brains. Nash, what on earth did you do? I've never seen a war dog like that. Well, I stole Luca Blight's military secrets and infiltrated his own damn tent. Well, I just kind of snuck into the Highland Army headquarters. Why? It had been so long since I had a good meal. I thought I could steal the beast rune for the bonus money. So far, all I've managed to collect are grudges. You can't be serious. Here it comes again! It's the same pictures. The beast headed straight for me yet again. It's a golden wolf? If you could call a beast twice the size of an adult a wolf. I had no idea it was going to turn into such a big deal. It's really persistent. It's got nothing to do with me. Under the circumstances, I disagree. You're scowling like some high-born noble. Cat swipe. No, it's back again! But why is it only coming after me? Cat swipe. There it is. Man, this sucks. It struck once more, but I knew when to dodge this time, and was able to evade its attack fairly easily. Ha, you suck! Now if we could just get away. Nash! Alright. I thought the beast had leapt to attack my side again, but it had just been a feint. I changed direction mid-dodge as it came flying toward me once more. Damn it. If she just shoots it and that's the end of the fight, that'll be the goofiest thing. Don't let your guard down. Elza's shot hit the beast in the foreleg and it flinched, allowing me to avoid its attack. Looks like I owe you another one. I do expect you to repay me in full someday. Provided we both live through this, that is. Sounds good to me. I don't suppose you'd want to shoot it between the eyes and add that to my tab too, would you? A small matter in theory, but I'm afraid that in this darkness and with the speed at which it moves, hitting it is no easy task. First, we have to figure out how to lure it out of the forest. In that case, the solution may be fairly simple. A little ways beyond this forest is a cliff. If we can get there, then we should be able to draw it out of the forest. And have it leap at me, and fall off the cliff. Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's get going. I don't know why, but it seems to be aiming specifically for you. I'm in your debt. We made a mad dash through the woods, the pain in my right leg doubling in intensity. My wound had opened up again, but it was nothing compared to what the beast would do if it sunk its claws into me. We cool? Every so often, the sound of Elza's gunshots and the beast's roars echo through the night. At the rate we're going, we might just make it. Well, did we? Alright, let's set our trap and lay in wait for him here. That sound, I know I've heard that sound before. What the? Damn, he got here fast! Elza, what should we do? You could just shoot it. This beast really is something else. Though my bullets have weakened it somewhat, it seems some sort of magical barrier still surrounds it. It's not only strong and smart, but has a magical defense too? What a troublesome enemy. I may have to use my secret weapon. I should hope you would. Yeah! Turning towards the golden wolf, I fire my anchor from my left hand. Of course, I don't actually believe that such a simple attack will be effective. Just as the anchor is about to hit it, I tug at the wire. The anchor's claws open, spraying a flammable liquid in a fine mist, which I ignite at once. If the barrier is magical in origin, it should be weak against flames. How do you like the taste of that, huh? It's a flam beast. Wait, hold on. What sorcery is this? From within the flame shone a pale blue light, extinguishing the flames. You've got to be kidding me. Glowing upon its forehead was a rune. The Beast Rune. This is some shenanigans right now. That's the Beast Rune. So it's one of those? The appearance of a true rune explains how it can be so strong, if it truly spawned from it. The situation is dire, like a dire wolf. We managed to lure it out of the forest, but neither my tricks nor Elza's bullets can get through its defenses. And now we've been driven to the edge of this cliff. Sorry, Elsa. I didn't expect you to give up so quickly. I thought you were more stubborn than that. You're right. Well, I'd say it's about 50-50. Huh. You mean you have a chance to beat this thing? Half resignation, half prayer to the gods. Well, that's reassuring. Come on, leap at me, and then I duck, and you fly off the cliff like a fool. The golden wolf slowly approached us. I don't think we've seen everything it's capable of. It feels like it's holding back. Elsa? Let's gamble on that prayer. Can you blind it, even for just a moment? Gambling on the depth of your piety, huh? Well, at least it's better than giving up. There we go. Something happened. Elsa! She shot him in both eyes? That's incredible. The sound of the shot echoed through the air. For a moment, the body of the beast lit up, sending the bullet ricocheting off of it. But the next instant, she shot another bullet right between its eyes. Okay, Elsa had quickly switched between Stern and Mond when she was firing. The barrier had prevented it from being fatal, but she fulfilled my request neatly enough. I have no idea where they're going with this, unless it really is to get it off the cliff. Elsa, here it comes! The Golden Wolf chased after Elsa with frightening strength. I grabbed Elsa with my right arm and shot my wire up into the air with the other, sending us both flying. Yeah, we're doing a cliff dive. We soared over the Golden Wolf as it stared up at us with a stunned look on its face and jumped into the forest. I'm thinking we jumped into the forest and not it. Now it was the wolf's turn to have its back up against the edge of the cliff. And now we pushed it slowly. Elsa! This is the end. That ricochet sound. Elsa fired a bullet, hitting the ground at the golden beast's feet. Its barrier shone bright once more, but we hadn't been aiming for the beast itself. One bullet blew up the whole cliff's floor. What? Did it actually? Did she have like a detonating bullet somehow? Colgan and C are gonna be pissed. At the moment of impact, the ground beneath the beast exploded, enveloping it in a haze of smoke and debris. We'd blown up the cliff, sending the beast plummeting into the deep valley below. Get wrecked. Whew, looks like our prayers were answered. I don't believe in such things. Say, Nash, what's up? So, just how long are you planning on holding me like this? Is that actually the last screen? Because that'd be goofy as hell. There's not going to be like an epilogue? Okay, there we go. After that, Elsa and I returned to our campsite, made our preparations for departure, and parted ways. Both of us have our own objectives, our own destinations, but even though we had only spent a short time together, it had been a nice diversion. Upon parting, Elsa left me with these words. My journey will eventually end at my death, but you must strive to live. Hers was a sorrow that ran far deeper than mine. As soon as Elsa and I parted ways, I got as far away from that place as fast as I could. I have my pursuers to deal with, and I don't want to get her any more mixed up in this than she already has. Bin. Despite my injured leg, I hurried along the mountain path. I'd been walking for about 2 hours when I had to stop and take a break. The night had already begun to fall. Oh my god. It appears the beast fell from here, but it wouldn't have died from just that. Though it may have ran out of time. prototype. Prototype? Only lasted for a night after all. There's no way that fool could have bested it. It has physical as well as magical strength, but it isn't too intelligent. It's only a beast after all. Either way, it's unreliable. As soon as it catches the scent of blood, it won't let up, and you never know where it will turn up. It's as I've always thought. Battles are best fought with one's own hands. Ah, so you think so too. I prefer to end things by my own hand. Well, in any case, we've lost sight of him. Should we head back? It's not in my nature to stop halfway through a mission. If he's traveling along this path, his destination must be Greenhill. If we take horses, we might be able to cut him off. Yeah, you're right. I'd like to try my hand against that guy in combat again. This is serious. This is the first episode with continuity into the next one. Like our little adventure is not over. Seed and Colgan are still coming after us. Like, we beat the vampire. We what was the last one? We got the hell out of Luca Blight's tent. If I can just go on for 3 more hours, I should be in Greenhill. When I've made it that far, I can rest easy. It seems my pursuers are slowly giving up. My step gradually begins to lighten. I wonder if I could see it from here. But it wasn't the sight of Greenhill that met my eyes as I scanned the horizon. It was a soldier on horseback. Son of a... The man who had cut my right leg. I immediately whirled around to return down the path I'd come on, but another man blocked my way. Well, this sucks. Have a good night, Dragon Ace. Long time no see. We were in such a rush last time, I'm afraid I wasn't able to introduce myself properly. I'm Colgan, the commander of the 4th Highland Army. We've finally caught up with you. You've made us work quite hard for this. You're quite the persistent one yourself. Don't you have better things to do than follow me around? Sure, if you were no more than a common thief. But a Harmonian spy is an entirely different story. But Highland and Harmonia are allies. If you kill me, won't it create diplomatic issues between the 2 countries? That's the least of your concerns. Just immediately comes out swinging. Before I'd realized it, the other man had come up behind me and swung his sword. I spun around, but my injured leg impeded my movement, and I was unable to completely dodge his sword, giving me a fresh wound on my left arm. Man, this sucks. You're as light on your feet as ever. It was by the request of a high-ranking Harmonian officer that we came all this way. It would seem that your situation is quite complex. A high-ranking Harmonian officer? What in the world is he talking about? Only the captain of the garrison is supposed to know about my infiltration mission here. Your right leg, your left arm. What's next? Mr. Charlatan? Charlatan, huh? Was that your attempt at a joke? You could say that. Well then, why not try this on for size? I slip a flash bomb into the palm of my right hand, the thing that fooled them the last time, so they won't fall for it this time, and a throwing knife into my left. Take this! Just as I attempted to set off the flash bomb, Seed knocked it out of my hand with a single strike of his sword. Well, what now? Enough of your clever little tricks. Get serious. Gah. I have a knife in my left hand, I don't know, man. He's just toying with me. Again. But even so, it doesn't look like there's any chance of me escaping this time. For a moment, the thought of releasing the swords on my back fills my head, but I desperately resist the temptation. Fine. If you want to fight this out to the bitter end, I'll be your opponent. So, you finally come around. There was no need to lead us on this wild chase to get here. I have a few firebombs that I hadn't used in the fights with Elza and the Golden Wolf in my right sleeve, some throwing knives in my left, darts in my right gauntlet, and the wired anchor in the left. Wow. It'll be alright. Let's do this! I should point out, by the way, that I've been out of choices since Elza, so like, where are we going with this? Your expression has changed. It seems you're finally ready to be serious about this. Now face me. Wait, both of them? Hold on now. Take this! Feigning a leap, I backstep and throw a firebomb with my right hand so that it'll detonate right in their faces. But Seed's a fire user, so I don't know. Water Room. Kolgan called on the magic of his water rune, and the firebomb, extinguished anticlimactically, fell to the ground. Well, that's how you're gonna be. Water bomb! And Seed uses fire rune. I immediately threw a knife with my left hand, but Seed parried it with ease. However, I was counting on that. I parried the parry, and the knife bounced back and forth. It was time to set up the shot for my favorite dart. Oh, Cat Sith, this one's not as good as the previous chapters. I would have had more options if I had had full 10 luck points and crossed the bridge. That would have gone in a whole different direction. So, like, we'll see. But there is one more chapter, we'll find out. Thunder Rune, strike down my enemy. Ah, crap. Lightning shot from Kolgan's left hand, and amidst that blinding brilliance, Seed lunged forward to attack with surprising force. A synchronized sword and magic attack. Even if I was able to dodge the sword, I'd be fried to a crisp by the magic attack, and if I adored the magic, I'd be stabbed by the sword. Oh, woo! That's not how he's saying it, but it's fine. Oh. I absorbed the impact with my arms, leaving them numb. Gripping an earth talisman in my hand, I'd use my left arm to absorb the lightning strike, and use my right arm gauntlet to defend against the sword's blow. I have an injured right leg and left arm, and I'm just straight up tanking both of these pros' attacks. This is ludicrous. But I wasn't out of the frying pan just yet. Oh, really? Or rather, it might be more accurate to say I had fallen into the fire. I only had the strength to fend off one more attack, at best. What, is that all you've got? I thought you'd last longer. I lasted a day, dude! This certainly is something of a disappointment. Especially considering everything that Harmonian officer told us about you. Does he have some kind of grudge against you? What was his name again, that guy? He called himself Zaj. Oh my god! I've been sold out and betrayed by my organization! I can't believe it! No wonder they didn't pay me. He was a quiet fellow, but when it came to you, he was surprisingly vindictive. Ah, crap! Well, this sucks. What? What did you just say? Hard of hearing, are we? He said we got the information from a Harmonian called Zaj. But enough chit-chat. Have at you. Here I go. Crossing both my arms, I stopped Seed's attack by blocking it with the gauntlets on my arms. Zaj... That's ridiculous. Shit. Those gauntlets are surprisingly tough. But the next one will be the last. Let's go, Kolgan. They're coming. If they hit me with that simultaneous magic and sword attack again, there's no way I'll survive. But... Zaj. What an asshole! Seed's closing the distance between us with stunning speed. Kolgan's rune is shining. With stunning brightness, I don't know. But my mind's calm. It isn't simply free of idle thoughts. I've gone beyond feelings and simply feel nothing at all anymore. I am free of worrying about being paid by my stingy organization. I'll be breaking the oath I made, but I have to live, they said Zaj. If it's him. Yeah, the guy with the glasses on the right. Giving in to the temptation of the swords on my back, I made my move. I'm sorry, Zaj, I promised I wouldn't do this. I'm gonna disobey you just once. I made this joke 2 streams ago, it's fine. My hands unconsciously reached for and unfastened their clasps. In my right hand is Schwartz. In my left is Weiss. It's black and white, you guys. The guns are sun and moon, and the swords are black and white. And then I pulled out my own guns, ebony and ivory. Slowly they slid out of the sheaths they'd been sealed in. It's over! Schwartz! With my good right arm. What now? Weiss! Damn. He repelled the lightning. With an injured left arm. What the devil are those? When I wield these swords, it no longer matters to me who lives and who dies. I had vowed never to use them again. I just keep wearing them wherever I go, but I couldn't throw them away, and perhaps that will prove to be my downfall. Not now, though. There's still another episode in this video game. Oh my goodness. In the name of the Latke family, in the name of the dual snake sword Grosser Fluss. I've never heard of him. I guess we'll get the deep lore later. I wielded a sword in each hand, and memories of techniques I'd learned came flooding back. Memories that I'd sealed away. Shit. What the hell is this? Be careful. Those swords aren't just made for killing. What the hell else are they made for? Cooking? I already know that. With Schwartz in my right hand, I make a grand sweeping attack, but it's easily avoided. However, that was just a feint. Gripped in my left hand, Weiss shot out. Though it's a blade, the reason it's called one of the dual snake swords is that it can extend itself. Oh, I forgot about that! Yeah, this is a terrifying weapon. C barely managed to defend himself in time, as expected. Shit! That was close! It's like something from Soul Calibur! Soul Calibur, No, it is the first one, okay. If you're this good with a sword, then why didn't you try and just use one from the beginning? Yeah, this is again the Luca Blight fight music, I think. I flick my wrist and draw the fully extended vice back into a blade to repel Seed's counterattack. But Colgan appeared from my blind spot, sword at the ready. But, joke's on him, I couldn't see him, so I know he could have only been in my blind spot! He tried to stab me in the throat. From a blind spot? Excuse me? But a swing with Schwartz in my right hand easily deflected it. This technique provides quite the defense. It's been too long since I've encountered a foe who could put up a decent fight against freaking both of us. This is great! I twist my wrist and both Schwartz and Weiss are back to sword forms. This is it. I kick up some dirt and rush between the two of them, striking them both at the same time. Really? Successfully? Colgan managed to avoid Weiss, but Schwartz's blade made contact with Seed. In his left leg and right arm. At that instant, Schwartz transformed once again and, whip-like, twisted around the blade Seed had been about to attack with. That's very annoying. Ah! A purple hit? Seed lost his sword and jumped back to avoid Schwartz's attack, but my efforts hadn't been for nothing. Seed! Ah, I'm fine. It just grazed my chest. But the screen flashed purple, so I assume it's poisoned or cursed. We've clearly mentioned it's cursed, but we'll see if that affects enemies. Yeah, Fakafon, and then they die, and we don't fight them in the main game. Like, as cool as this fight is, you know we have to live because there's another episode, and you know they have to live because Suikoden 2 exists. Ugh. Seed had started to get up, but fell down on one knee. Schwartz's deadly poison, okay, had already made contact. Too bad. You hit me twice, Seed. I only hit you once and you dropped like a stone. I raised the swords high over my head and twisted my body, but I tripped and stumbled, because I've been fighting on an injured leg the whole time. My left foot is slick with blood. Hello there, Rich Toto. Welcome to the stream. Seed hadn't broken my defense, but when he was being hit by Schwartz, he managed to cut my leg, again, with a dagger he had in his left hand. Shit. And I made it so far. The poison should be coursing through Seed's system by now, but that still left Colgan. Without the use of both legs, I have no chance of winning against them. Just as I'd feared, Colgan approached me. But wait, he came to save Seed instead, and the fight's off. My whole body is shaking as I try to gather strength into my hands and repel his sword once again, but I end up with his sword at my throat. That is where my throat is. Sheesh, Seed is hopeless sometimes. You don't fight that recklessly against an enemy you don't fully understand. So now you're going to kill me on his behalf? While that would please me, you're the only one who would know about the antidote. Give it to me, and I will spare your life. Fair enough. Won't take me at my word? I could just kill you right now. In the inner pocket of my coat on the right-hand side is the green bottle. This one? Yeah, Gregory, he's in the blind spot again. That's how he got to my throat, which is over there. That's where my throat is. Do you trust me? The only guarantee I can offer that it really is the antidote is my word. If you've lied to me, I'll strike you down. And that's no threat, it's the truth, plain and simple. Culkin pulled out the antidote and, letting go of me, returned to Seed's side and had him drink it. The effect won't be immediately apparent. Carrying the still unconscious Seed, Culkin mounted his horse. We'll call this match a draw, which is impressive considering it was 2 against 1 and I started off injured. Pretty damn good. This is the first fight we hadn't tried outright running away from, and we held off Seed and Culkin. That's freaking ridiculous. This match? Huh? Yeah, Koyuki, this is the problem I have with making prequels after the media that takes place after it releases. Yeah, like, oh look, a named character. Well, I know they live. I know Elsa lives, because she's in the game. The only time that I really don't know what's going to happen is going to be the final episode of this. Because Nash could die, we don't know. But episode 3, no, we're good. Risking my life over a match. I'll pass, thanks. Is that so? Then I suggest you leave this land as soon as you've recovered. It won't be long before Green Hill becomes a battlefield too. Thanks for the advice, but I still have my mission. Do as you wish. Till we meet again. Yeah, sorry man, but they're the second to last boss, so, of Suikoden 2, that is. I think they are, anyway. That sounds right. I forgot, were they the... I don't remember if I killed them, though, or if they just let me pass. With those words, they made their exit. Somehow I managed to survive yet again. I was overcome with joy. Thank you, cursed swords I promised I'd never use, although I don't really see where the curse comes from. Oh no, that's right, I don't care about friend or foe, that's what it was. Whew. God, what a kick-ass sword. Sprawled on the ground, I gazed up at the sky. Clouds floated by, being carried wherever the wind took them. This is a lot since the last choice I made. Just like my future. There we go. Bing! I think that's the end of the chapter. I think that was it. Save your game. Yay! Now, I know it's a little earlier than usual, but I'm going to end the stream here because I don't want to, I was going to say record, but, I don't want to do, a few minutes of episode 4 and then do the rest of it later. Let's do it in one solid chunk here. But even though there were only 4 options, ooh, War's End and Beginning, oh my goodness. But, yeah, even though there were only 4 options on this one, this took, quite a bit of time. Now, if I had jumped the bridge, I would have gone to another option, then another, then... Oh, yeah, it would have been supreme rewarding for having saved all the luck. All the CG I would not have gotten, I would have made up for. I could have encountered Hoi and Wakaba and Ida, and then find forks in the path. Do I go this way or that way or the other way 3 times, 4 times, then I finally get to the last episode? So we didn't do any of that, but instead we got a considerable Elsa story. So there we go, one way or the other. So the next episode, the next stream, is going to be the final one for this particular game. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So thank you very much for joining the stream, and have a wonderful night.